Thanks for stopping in. So this one's from the Gateway Pundit, and the BRICS group enters 2024 with 5 new members. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are joined by Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia. BRICS is a rising coalition of nations that are looking to rival the American petrodollar, essentially. Opposition to NATO of sorts, potentially, right? It is a multipolar world, and the BRICS countries mean to put this new reality to their advantage as much as they can. The new year begins with a brand new reality for the BRICS group. Saudi State TV celebrated that the kingdom would officially join the BRICS bloc countries. Saudi Arabia's foreign minister had said in August the kingdom would study the details before the proposed January 1st joining date and take the appropriate decision. Prince Faisal bin Farhan has said the BRICS group was a beneficial and important channel to strengthen economic cooperation. Continued strong ties with the U.S. Saudi Arabia has increasingly pursued its own path out of concern that Washington is less committed to the Gulf security than in the past. Saudi Arabia's biggest oil customer is China, a country which has led calls for the BRICS to expand and become a counterweight to the West. The BRICS countries means to become champions of the global South, a platform for cooperation among emerging markets and developing countries. With the doubling of its members, the group's clout on the global stage is expected to increase. The newly expanded BRICS has a combined population of about 3.5 billion people, with a combined economy worth over 28.5 trillion, or about 28% of the global economy. BRICS countries are hoping that the expansion will lead to greater representation for emerging countries and a chance to move away from the reliance on the US dollar, which is scary if your bank is full of US dollars, right? At least in my opinion. In August last year, Brazil's president called for the BRICS nations to adopt a common currency for trade and investment between each other. Russian President Vladimir Putin's official address as new BRICS president. On January 1st, Russia, which should scare Democrats, right? On January 1st, Russia was passed the baton of the BRICS chairmanship according to the decision adopted by the 15th BRICS summit in August 2022, now includes 10 countries, which is a strong indication of the growing authority of the association and its role in internal affairs. BRICS is attracting an ever-increasing number of supporters and like-minded countries that share its underlying principles, namely sovereign, equality, respect for the chosen path of development, mutual consideration of interest, openness, consensus, the aspiration to form a multipolar international order and a fair global finance and trade system, the pursuit of collective solutions to top challenges of our time. And possibly, if you're a Christian, you're looking out for the, end times. Could be a one world government type scenario in the making, right? One world dollar type thing and everything. If the BRICS dollar can surpass the US dollar, who knows? Putin continued, in general, Russia will continue to promote all aspects of the BRICS partnership in 3 key areas: politics and security, economy and finance, and cultural and humanitarian contexts. We will focus on enhancing foreign policy coordination among the member countries and on jointly seeking effective responses to the challenges and threats to internal and regional security and stability. Our priorities include promoting cooperation in science, high technology, healthcare, environmental protection, culture, sports, youth exchanges, and civil society. In total, over 200 events of different levels and types will be held in many Russian cities as part of the chairmanship. We encourage representatives of all countries interested in cooperating with our organization to take part in them. The BRICS summit in Kazan in October will be the accumulation of our chairmanship. As Russia assumes its chairmanship, it looks forward to working productively with all countries in BRICS orbit. Yeah, so definitely a direct threat to Americans and the American way of life. It's not looking promising with the way that the current Biden regime is leading our country. Wide open borders to the tune of 10 to 13 illegal immigrants crossing our border every day. California providing health care on the taxpayer dollars for those people to the tune of $3 billion a year and increasing and going up. It's only going to go up from there. I meant a year. And frankly, just the rot and evil that has corrupted Americans, especially this woke culture. They want to transition all the children. They want to let men fight women in boxing. Our culture is rotting away. 2024 is the year where people that know better need to speak up and correct the people who are wavering, right? We need to stop the bleeding and bring people back to normalcy, bring people to Jesus, frankly, and get America back to a country that can actually sustain itself. You know, we rely on China for a lot of our antibiotics and medicine, things like that. We shut down our steel mills. We won't build nuclear power plants and only want to burn clean coal. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of waste of money. And the country needs to get back to helping Americans be the best that they can be so that we can accelerate and so that we can stay, on top of our rivals, essentially. It's as simple as that. China, very obviously, who is a BRICS country, has stated that they want to run the world. So their mission is clear, and they're moving towards that. Meanwhile, Americans can't figure out and come to the agreement of when a baby is a baby in the womb. We can't agree that men are men and women are women. Basic things that science figured out a long time ago, now surrounded by question marks. We're progressing backwards. We're essentially moving backwards with no mission, no long-term goals. Other countries, our rivals, have goals, and they're moving forward and they're pushing towards their goals. It's a recipe for disaster for Americans, especially while Democrat leaders are trying to disarm free Americans, take away our constitutional rights. Just a massive recipe for disaster. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think about these BRICS nations. Am I wrong, or is it actually a growing threat that we need to address sooner than later, one way or another? I'm actually anti-war, and I think that the fix would actually be internal. But that's up for discussion, and you guys let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.